The Griffin is
So
that's not Griffin. That's not
I
Griffin.
have a I have a theory as to what their design goal was here
All right.
and why this book is seems so bad. I think what they
Mm-hmm.
were trying to do is they were trying to do for World of Darkness and Werewolf specifically what 5e did for D&D. And they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to quote unquote streamline it and make it easier and more accessible to new players, which is essentially
Mm-hmm.
what 5e did to 3.5 or 4, fourth edition rather. The problem is rather than streamlining things in a way that made sense, they just gutted it.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
took out all the identity of all the tribes. They took out
100.
all the meaning with all the spirits. They took out all of the juicy lore that made every tribe unique and
And
worth
the
playing.
lore is what people came to Werewolf for. You look at Matthew Dawkins' Guide to Werewolves. You look at the Maple Tables YouTube channel. You look at the Primogens YouTube channel. The lore is what people came to Old World of Darkness for. It was for the fucking lore. And you got rid of everything. And everyone who comes in here expecting it to be lore, the only people who are praising this book are NPCs or fucking robots that you made on Twitter and
And
Reddit
people who
that
don't
just
fucking
repeat your
play the
puppet
game.
point.
People that
People
don't
that
play
don't
the game.
exist. The only people I've seen praise this game are actual robots on social media.
I mean, even the first thing we looked at, the character sheet, it literally, first of all, it was missing the character sheet we were working with was essentially 3 times the size. It was basically 3 pages,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the
Yes.
Exactly.
pages they did had, it looked like a kid who did about a paragraph worth of a book report that was supposed to be 2 pages, and they're like double spacing it and making big font
And putting the
and
margins
trying to
really
like
close.
yeah, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And trying to change like the font to like the like the Arial size, whatever, 15 point, whatever. I mean, literally there's nothing there. There's no content there. There's no there. Meanwhile, the original character sheet for
Second
Werewolf
edition.
Second Edition was it was dense. And it was dense
Mm-hmm.
with information that was necessary for you to really play the game well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you'd play. I don't know how you'd even have fun playing the game now. You don't have many options, and the clans that you're picking don't have anything distinguishing. They're all same feeling.
Are all
Like,
the damn same. All the characters look the
Well,
damn same, and all the fur looks the damn same, and everyone looks the exact fucking same.
well,
yeah,
it's almost like they're trying to do with like the whole thing of vampire is it's an identity horror because at any point, any single person, regardless of who you are, what you did, whatever your previous life was, you could be any our vampire clan. It all came
Mm-hmm.
down to what your bad day was and who came across you. And
Mm.
that made like you can like essentially be like I don't know, like a Nosferatu CEO. Is it weird? A little bit. But you didn't choose that. And
Mm.
with Werewolf, though, the whole thing was like the tribes are integral to it. Like your tribe was the identity you chose. It wasn't you were never a human. Like you
Mm.
always were this. Rather than at any point you could be like just a normal guy and then a Toreador bit you, now you're fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like with
Mm.
that, yeah, this it's like they really what it looks like is oh, anyone can be any tribe, but in doing so you strip the identity down to like anything. Like you in theory you could be a like bonar billionaire, but you'd
Mm.
still sell your worldly possessions as soon as you get it because that's what the tribe like tells you to do and like this is what you should do to elevate everyone else, do this. So you can still like instead of coming up with a creative way to be an exception to the rule, they blurred the lines so the rules don't exist at all.
going one step
Uh,
further to
uh,
that is that takes away completely from the identity of being a wolf, because that
Yeah.
is what it is
mhm.
to be a wolf. It's to be part of a member of a tribe. Tribe structure,
Yeah.
tribe hierarchy was everything. So with this, what you're essentially doing is you're taking the wolf at a werewolf. They might as well
Yeah.
be rival gangs. I mean, who
Yeah.
cares?
And
It's like the
you
new
just
Saints
said,
Row
too.
game.
Well, we haven't gotten to the point of the book yet, but it discusses the first change. And you remember what the first change is? It's this violent explosion where the wolf nature, the rage in you awakens, and you immediately frenzy and attack everything you see. And people in the werewolf nation have to find you before that happens and tell you that you're a part of their kin and get you to first change in a safe location so Pentex doesn't find you and you don't breach the veil. Now it just happens in your sleep. You just wake up one day and you're a wolf.
Yeah, it's not like American Werewolf of London where
Tell me how fucking lame that is.
that's boring as shit. I mean, like, there's no urgency. There's no fucking depth to it. There's no, I have to leave everything that I have known because it has been a lie, and now I have to go try and find why I am the way I am, and learn why I'm angry, and why I need to fight this worm in the weaver, and what all this is. There's no growth. There's no way for you to grow into your character.
The thing with the tribal identity is that it brought up some conundrums with your characters too. That's why you can make such amazing stories in this. The Red Talons in particular wanted to genocide humanity, and they bring up like the good old days after 9/11 with how they're talking about the Approchium, but that's not their identity anymore. They're the Lorax now. And the whole shtick with the Red Talons is that when the war is over with the worm, they're going to turn on humanity, and you need to know what you're going to do with the Red Talons before that day happens. The same thing with the Children of Gaia, who are nice, but are secretly authoritarians. The same thing with the Fianna, where I'm seen as the funny Irishman, I'm treated as a joke, nobody takes me seriously. The same thing with the Wendigo, where I have a massive family name to live up to. The same thing with the Stargazers, where I have to follow along with this doctrine that's been placed before me, and if I don't follow it to the letter, then I'm ostracized from the clan. There's nothing. No reason to play this.
It's a giant nothing burger.